Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video I am going to give you an introduction to SynapseStudio. To access SynapseStudio there are two ways. The first one is using Azure portal. Inside Azure portal you need to find the Synapse workspace, okay, where exactly you have to work on. And then inside Synapse workspace you can click on the overview tab and you will get to see this option, okay, open SynapseStudio. Click on the open link and it will navigate you to the studio screen, SynapseStudio screen. The second way is you can directly use this URL web.azure.azuresynapse.net, and using this URL you can directly navigate to SynapseStudio. Once you click on this URL or once you try to open this URL, it will ask you some set of information related to your workspace, subscription, user ID, password. Once you enter those details, you will be navigated to the SynapseStudio screen. So this is the SynapseStudio. If you talk about the definition of SynapseStudio, you can say it's a web-based IDE integrated development environment for Azure Synapse Analytics. It allows user to easily develop, manage and monitor data integration, big data and analytics solutions in a single workspace. So that is why it is very powerful and a popular product. Now if you see on the screen, there are three major areas here, okay. The first one is this menu items available in your left hand side. Then in the top right corner if you see, there are few buttons, and the third one is on the screen, these options which are there, okay. Now let's get started one by one. So in the first area, if you talk about these buttons, so the first button is update, where you will see all the updates, all the changes, all the releases given by the Microsoft, and you will get some links or some information over there. You can click on those information and you will get more inside details related to the updates and release. The second one is switch workspaces. You can switch among different workspaces between present in a subscription, and you can work among any of those subscriptions or workspaces. Now the third one is notification. If you are performing any kind of actions like running the pipeline, terminating the pipeline got failed, you are publishing some information, you will get all those notifications available over here. Now the fourth one is settings. You can set the language of the portal or the studio. The fifth one is help and information, where you will have some documentation link, Q&A link, some knowledge center informations, okay. You can go through it and you will get some more insight of the tool. Now the last one is feedback. If you wanted to share your feedback with the Microsoft, feel free to use these options. If I talk about the second area, you will see some menu items available over here, okay. And currently Microsoft, in the studio you can see there are 6 menu items. So the first one is home, and we are currently on the home screen where you will have all these options available. We will go through these options later. Now the second one is data. If you talk about the data, you will be using this particular tool, or basically you can say the data hub, okay, to create the databases, tables and schema. If you talk about the third one, where you will be spending most of your time, is develop, where you will be developing your SQL scripts, your KQL scripts or the notebooks, okay. Now the fourth one is integrate, where you will be creating pipelines, and again these are the two major areas where you will be spending most of the time, okay. So the integrate, you will be creating the pipeline, and based on that you can orchestrate the processes. The fifth one is monitor, where you can monitor your pipelines, you can monitor the job, you can monitor the request of the scripts and your pool related informations, whether it is SQL pool, Spark pool or Data Explorer pools. Now the last one is manage. You can create linked services over here to connect to different services available in the Synapse, right, like ADLS and others. You will have a purview option. You need to create an account and you can use the purview as well. You can create triggers, integration runtimes, And apart from this, you can install your libraries over here like workspace packages, data flow libraries, okay, and you can have your Spark configuration available on this particular section. And if the Git is integrated, you will see the Git related information over here. Okay, so this is a high level overview of the menu items available. If you wanted to see the name of it, you just need to use this expand button and you can see the name of here. Let me go back to the home screen. In the home screen, if you see here, there are multiple options available, right? So the first one is new. If you click on this new, it will give you an option to create SQL scripts, KQL scripts, database scripts, notebook scripts, other things. Okay, even you can create the pipelines. All these sections are already segregated by the tool here in the data, develop and integrated. And most of the time, not most of the time, I would say in the production ready environments, when you are doing the actual development, you will be using these tools. You will not use these these options to create the notebooks and other things. They are there. If you wanted to create, you can create and play around the application. But in the real world, you will be using these menu items to segregate your scripts and to make it more, to look it more perfect kind of thing. Now the second one is ingest, where you will be copy the data in a bulk or using the metadata driven copy things, okay, which you will be anyways doing in the integrated part, hub, where you will be creating the pipelines. Now the second one is explore and analyze. It will redirect you to the documentation where you can go through the documentation of Synapse and you can get more idea related to the features it provides. Now the third one is visualize. If you click on the visualize, it will give you an option to connect to the Power BI, okay, by which you can set up the instructions and you can create a connection between your data sets and the Power BI to create the report. Let me discard it. Apart from this, you have this cool feature available over here, knowledge center, right? In this knowledge center, you will have some sample repositories or sample projects, you can say. If you use the first one, it will give you some sample projects related to the Databricks pool as well as the Spark pool, the SQL pool. If you see here, yeah, this one. So the first one is Spark pool, where it will allow you to use this sample script to create entire project, a dummy project you will say. It will create even the cluster for you. The cluster will have 3 nodes and it will charge you around $4 per hour. And please don't forget to terminate the pool or to terminate the cluster after once you are done with your work. If you don't do, it will terminate after 20 minutes, okay, automatically. But in case of dedicated SQL pool, the third option, okay, if you select this dedicated SQL pool, you need to terminate it by yourself only, because Azure will not terminate it, okay. And if you forget to terminate it, you might ending up paying a lot more than you expect to pay. So be careful when you are using this particular dummy. So these are the samples available. You can use these samples and you can play around the application and get more information or more hands-on on the application. Apart from this, you have these samples available for the different templates like database templates. If you wanted to create some database and other templates, you can use any of them. Then you have a data sets. If you wanted to use some specific data sets, you can just select over there. You will get to see these data set informations. Let's say if I wanted to click continue, you will have these data sets available in different formats, I think, if I remember correctly. In the reference can be found more details. Yeah, so if you see here, it's this data set is having 12 millions report rows. Basically it's of 500 MB or something, okay. Storage location is this, additional information is this, okay. So you will get all your information related here, okay, and you can use these details. I think you will get to see all these data sets in different kind of files as well. If you want CSV, if you want Parquet, you can have this information as well available. Apart from this, you have some sample notebooks which you can go through and you can explore the application or the notebook experience. Same way you can use SQL scripts and the pipelines. So these are all sample data or sample templates available by the Microsoft, by which you can play around the application. The last one is the Synapse tour, which will allow you, or which will give you a high level overview of the things which are present on the screen, which I already discussed. Now go back to the home screen and you will see there is one last option available, browser partners. If you click on this, it will allow you to connect with some partner applications as well. As of now, there are 4 applications which are supported, out of which there are 3 basically: Informatica, which is for data loader, as well as Informatica, Incorta and Click. So these are the applications, partner application, by which you can connect to Synapse. So this is a high level overview of the application of the studio. We will cover all these menu items more in depth in the subsequent videos. So I hope this video will be helpful for you guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot for watching the video.